All right, TSL, let's get it. There are parts of things in your life that you don't want to do. And those things that in life that you don't want to do, I'm trying to get my TikTok going here, TikTok live, and my whole camera fell. All right. There are parts of things that you don't want to do. And if you find that you're frustrated and you start negotiating with yourself, you're negotiating with the part and not the sum. And one thing I want you to remember is the sum is always greater than the part. See, it would be great to skip the parts that cause you discomfort, to omit the things that you don't want to do. That'd be great. But how do you ever get to the summit if you skip the steps it takes to get there? The sum is always greater than the parts. And there are parts of things in your life every day, man, that you don't want to do. But when you zoom out and you look at the sum total of it, the results, it makes it all worth it. The sum is greater than the parts. Like in the weight room, when you go into the weight room, there are things and exercises that you don't want to do. You don't feel like doing them. And I get it. I mean, like for me, I don't like doing squats. They hurt. But I know that the number one correlating factor to healthy aging is squats, strong legs. Good morning, Nat. That's the number one correlating factor because with strong legs, as I age, I'll have the mobility to go into social settings. I don't be riding around in a scooter. I don't be walking around all hunched over on a cane. I don't want somebody holding me up by my arms. I don't want somebody helping me get in and out of a vehicle. And also, strong legs help prevent dementia as I get older. So even though I don't like doing legs, I don't like squat day. Boy, it puts a whole different spin on it. Because if it means that I can get around, if it means that I won't get dementia or less likely, maybe I should not skip a leg day. See, the part I don't like to do is the legs. But the sum total of being able to move around, be social as I age, and not have dementia makes it all worth it. See, that's the sum total. You got to always remember, man, the sum is greater than the parts. The thing that you don't want to do right now. See, I don't always like the part of having to sit down in a chair and create a new episode. I don't always like that. I don't like the editing process. I don't. But I do like the sum, the total of releasing a new episode into the world that goes all over the world. I like the sum of being able to create my destiny and my future and have freedom and security to go wherever I want to go, to do whatever it is I want to do. See, that's the sum total. So the part of sitting down and really thinking out the next episode, that part makes it all worth it. The sum is greater than the parts. See, take salespeople, for instance. They don't like, contrary to what you think, they don't like the fact of having to set an hour call block. They don't like rejection. They don't like that part. But they do like the sum of being able to exponentially create opportunities and exponentially grow their income. They like the total of that. They like the sum total of that. So the part of doing the things that they don't want to do, making those calls, getting hung up on, facing rejection, having to, well, we're going to hold off, Marsh. We're not going to do anything. We've decided to go somewhere else. I don't like any of that. But at the end of the month, at the end of the year, 24 years later, I'll do what I got to do. The sum is greater than the parts. Teachers don't like the part of creating lesson plans. They don't. They don't like the parts of grading essays and papers and sitting in bed doing that. They don't like that. But they do like the sum of seeing their students come from a rough background and graduating and elevating and being the first one to go to college. They like the sum total of that. So it makes the parts, the fatigue, the frustrations, it makes it all worth it. The sum is greater than the parts. Parents don't like the part of sometimes being a parent to a teenager. It's tough. They don't like the part when they have to take the keys from them or they have to take their phone from them. They don't like that part. But they do like the sum of creating a young adult who is disciplined and responsible and is a positive impact on the future. The sum is greater than the part. Joshua Metcalf said, everyone wants to be the champion, but not everyone wants to do what champions do. The sum is greater than the part. So whatever it is, man, that you want in life, if you want the sum total of a better life, of a better career, of better creatives, of wealth, of health, and relationships, it's going to involve parts of doing what it is that you don't want to do. But that's how you be who you want to be. That's how you become the person that people aren't willing to become, because you do what champions do. The sum is greater than the parts. So what's the part that you're struggling with right now? Face that. And if you find, man, that you're frustrated and you're locked up, you're just negotiating with that one thing. Zoom out. Look at the sum. I don't like the parts of working out. I don't like the parts of going to run. But I do like having a 34-inch waist. I like that part. I like being able to look good naked. I like that part. So the sum total of that, okay, then I'll do this part right here. What's the part that you're struggling with? Face that part. Face it head on and understand. Collectively, put them all together. The result, I'll do that. Thanks so much for being a part of the Sales Life. Sorry for the janky beginning. I was trying to, I had my phone propped up on TikTok Live, thinking it would sit there, but it kept falling because I have a microphone attached to it. So sorry for the rough start there, but hopefully you got something out of today's message. Remember this: the greatest sale that you will ever make is the sale you own you. If you would, please help support the show by liking it, show your love by sharing it, show your commitment by subscribing to the Sales Life. It's on all the podcast platforms, top 5% podcasts in the world, all thanks to you. Be sure and leave your ratings and reviews too. Your words mean everything, not only to me, but also out of millions of podcast episodes for people to choose from out there. Your words could initiate the change that creates the change in someone's life. Remember, never settle. Keep selling. Stay in the sales life.